Smells good. Obviously, you are a theme park enthusiast, and more important, you are a theme park podcaster as well.
I am. I know we're in like a little podcast club here.
That's so
It's
great.
like the collab no one asked for.
People have been asking for it. People have been asking. Secretly, they have been asking now. So, obviously, you've been doing it now for, what, 4 or 5 years, or is it longer, or...
Yeah, well, it's kind of a weird one. I started in radio like 20 odd years ago. So I've done that kind of audio for a while. I started Parkcast in, I think it was 2017, 2018. But then stopped it when it was like COVID and stuff like that, and kind of fell out of love with theme parks a little bit around then. But then last year thought, do you know what? I'm going to bring it back. Last year was a really exciting year for UK theme parks. And I was like, yeah, it's time. Let's bring it back. And yeah, it's just gone from strength to strength in the last year. It's been really good fun.
Who came up with the name?
Parkcast.
I think it's a great name.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, but
We're doing a podcast.
So we call it. I must admit, one of the things what I was always like, what should we call ourselves? And I remember going off the tracks, and people were like, "Off the tracks? What's off the tracks?" And it was kind of like off the topics of what we were doing.
Yeah.
And then it kind of related to theme parks of off the tracks of a coaster going off, which doesn't sound great, but yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. When I heard of podcasts, I was like, God damn it.
I had someone I used to work with wanted me to call it Amusement. Just call it Amusements. That was its backup name.
I'm so glad you didn't.
But yeah, I know. And he's like super high up in the world of radio. He's like, call it Amusement. Yeah.
Radio. So radio, obviously, you don't show your face. It's just a case of
I know.
Just the voice.
I know. This is all like, you've got all cameras and lights on me, and I'm feeling a little bit
when
paranoid.
They work. Private joke.
But yeah, so it's weird for me like doing stuff like this. But my podcast is still mainly audio at the moment. And a lot of that is because I do try and speak to people who are kind of all over the world. And like, obviously you've got your lovely, very fancy Zaflora smelling setup here. But yeah, I just use Zoom.
To be fair, this is funny though, because obviously we used to do a lot of Zoom calls. And we were just talking off camera saying like pretty much, it's very convenient for that to happen.
Yeah.
But we said for us to move forward for us, and there's nothing wrong when people use Zoom or whatever it is, the Discord. But we said, like, if we want to do it, we need to do it face to face. And I think it was really, really important for us to do that. Now, it does limit us of who we can bring in because people sometimes can't drive or they can't get here. So thank you for making your way here. So, but yeah, I get it. Would you like something like this, or you've always kind of wanted, the whole...
It's really hard for me because my whole reason for starting the podcast really was I really wanted to speak to some interesting people in the industry. And I do appreciate these people are generally busy. They live all over the place, all over the world. But I think this is where like podcasting kind of comes into its own. So you guys are like, yeah, we do like face-to-face stuff. We film it all and we stick it online and we have like that personal face-to-face chat. And that's your podcast. And my podcast is, well, we don't have that, but we might speak to some people who are overseas, which you guys can't get. So it's like different podcasts will get you different content.
That's a good shout,
And that's how, if you kind of bounce from one to the other, they kind of work together. So if you're a theme park fan, you can like get all different types of theme park content from different podcasts. It's not like, oh, well, I only listen to that one.
Yeah.
You can kind of absorb all of us and we'll kind of give you different things.
Do you think it will, theme park podcasts, do you think there's more now? Or do you reckon there's...
Yeah, I think they're growing. I know, like when I started, when you started, there wasn't... In the UK, I think it was just us. I think there's a couple more now.
Yeah.
There's not loads still, like compared to America. America's got loads.
Yeah, they have.
But I do get people kind of in my inbox saying, I'm thinking about starting one. Like, will you help me? Do you mind? And I'm always say I do not mind at all. Like, I'm happily give you advice because for that reason, like the more that there is, the more people will bounce through them.
Absolutely.
And Spotify will just keep recommending like other theme park podcasts. So yeah, there's room for everyone. The whole thing is really just like, why are you doing it? If you're doing it for some like kudos or because you think you're going to get free park tickets or you think people are going to know who you are, that's not the reason to do it. It's you got to do it because you really like, I think you're passionate about it, you want to share something.
Absolutely.
It's really obvious when people try and make content, I think, for the wrong reasons. And if you try and make it for the wrong reasons, you're going to get bored of it because this is hard work. Like setting up stuff like this, recording podcasts, getting guests, editing it all, getting it online, then trying to get people to listen to it.
Yeah.
it's a big job. So yeah, nothing happens overnight. Like it takes many years.
It does, and we've discussed it before. Like when and like probably with yourself as well. When you're trying to get people on, it's not just like a one nighter like over phone call and that's it. They're here. Yeah. There's months of like preparation for it all, or weeks or whatever. And but yeah, it's nice that someone appreciates being a fellow podcaster, that it is not just shoving a microphone and hitting record and going, hi and welcome.
That's the thing. It's like, I think that's the reason a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to start a podcast, because in a way they see it as easier than maybe vlogging or something like that, because it's like, it's a microphone and you talk into it. But this is very raw. Like if you just set up a microphone in front of yourself and you say, right, I'm going to talk into it, that's actually not as easy as you think. No. You've really got to know where you're going with your content. You've got to know who you're targeting it to, because not every podcast is for every person.
Right, yeah.
So you've probably got a different audience to what I've got, to what someone else might have. And we all have our own little like, yeah, well, we really want to get like this type of enthusiast, or actually I want to get this type of enthusiast, or even non-enthusiast. And you've got to focus your content on those people. You've got to be really, really clear about who you want, and keep them in mind, and don't make it about you.
Yeah.
I think that's the big mistake people make. They're like, oh, everyone wants to hear my opinion on theme parks, and actually nobody does.
No one gives a shit.
No. But what they do want is for you to maybe entertain them, or tell them something that they didn't know, or bring them an interview with someone interesting, challenge their own thoughts about theme parks by saying stuff, like having a discussion, having a debate, feeling part of a community. Like that's a massive thing. And that's actually one of the reasons why I fell in love with radio, and I still love audio, is because it's so personal. You can be driving your car and you've got, you're listening to an audio podcast, and you're the only two people in that car then.
Yeah.
The person doing the podcast and the person driving the car, and you have this really like close relationship, but you don't see each other. I still love that. I get a buzz over that.
Oh, no, it's nice though. No, it's good though. It's good to obviously hear other people's opinions on that side of podcasting and stuff. We need to obviously talk about the trip that you've just done. You went to Plotzer and
I did.
Phantasialand.
Fantasia.
I
call it Fantasia.
Fantasia.
I'm not German, so I'm not the...
Is that how the Germans say it?
I don't know. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever heard a German. We need a German. Is there a German listening?
German. Am I saying it right? Fantasia?
Or Fantasia?
Just let us know.
Drop it in the comments. That's what we do, isn't it? Drop it in the comments. It was, Plopsland, loved. Ride to Happiness, amazing.
Top 10? Top 5?
It went top 3. Immediately.
What's your number 1?
Taran. I fluctuate between Taran and Shambhala, but
okay.
I think it's Taran. I love Taran. But Ride to Happiness just blew me away. And the whole reason I went there was because I did a podcast with Sam Coastertog.
Yeah.
And we do a section where we say, right, what's your just got to ride it? What's the one roller coaster you'd save if all the others were going to get destroyed? And he said Ride to Happiness. And I thought that was a bit left field. And I was like, oh, really? Is it that good? And he's like, yeah, just love it. So I thought, well, it's not that hard to get to Plopsland. Quick, like boat ride, 20 minutes down the road once you're in Europe, France. We're in Europe, like it or not. I loved it. And we went on a weekend, which apparently that is the thing to do, because they run 2 trains on a weekend, but on a weekday, only one on Ride to Happiness. So on a weekend, it was walk on all day.
Wow.
Yeah. It was good.
Walk on.
And it's hard because, I've got like a preschooler. So as much as I would love to just loop Ride to Happiness, I have to be a responsible parent sometimes and take her on some of her attractions.
I'd leave her there. Look at that flower over there. Just stare at that for 4 hours. Yeah. Worst parent in the world. But yeah. Obviously, like you said, you did Fantasia. I'm not even saying it right anyway. Fantasia. Can I just ask you, do you think Mystery Castle is the best drop or launch tower?
You're literally asking the wrong person here.
Don't you like them?
I absolutely hate.
Why?
I hate dropped. I'm really scared of heights. Like super.
But you can't see. It's
no,
right.
Well, there is, yeah. But I know. No, do you know what it is with anything that's like a shot tower or a drop tower? It's the anticipation of not knowing when they're gonna do it. A roller coaster, it does make sense because launch coasters, like, not necessarily, but you know when they're going to do their thing. But it's that whole like waiting, the anticipation. Yeah. It makes me feel sick.
you know what makes me laugh? You know when you're like waiting for Rita or Rita or Stealth, and you're on the station, you're ready to, and you see the people in the train are ready to launch, and they're all going, yeah, and they're always sit back, and they're all like that. They're all being prepared. Like you see the nervous faces, like, ooh, you've had it. But yeah, I mean, Mystery Castle, fantastic ride. I love that ride.
Do you?
Yeah. Fly.
Oh, love.
You love it.
Love it.
Cool.
Yeah, love it. I wish we had a Vekoma Flyer in the UK. I'd love to see one.
Yeah. I wonder why there isn't. Vekoma's not really that great anyway, but off that ride.
They really haven't built that many of them at all, and it really surprises me. I mean, I do think half of the thing with Fly is just that how it's in that whole area. I think if it was just plonked Six Flags style onto a car park, maybe it wouldn't be quite so exciting. But that area is just
gorgeous.
Incredible. Like every detail, everything's got a purpose there. Every single thing's been thought through. And what really struck me, and I don't know if this is just a German thing, but there was not one like piece of litter anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It was just perfect.
Yeah, I don't think I saw any litter.
No.
At all. I mean, it's funny though when we see him in the UK parks, all you see is the bins overflowing. I tell you what's really bad for that, Energylandia.
Oh, really? I've not been there.
Oh, so I'm going there in June, July time. Come on, Danny, think. But yeah, the rubbish there is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Really, really bad. But what are your futures then for parks then? Where are you hoping to go to?
Well, so I've got a bit of a weird year this year. Firstly, I'm moving out to Saudi Arabia in a couple of months.
Are you hoping to get onto the tallest, fastest,
longest,
coaster in the world?
Falcons flight, yeah. God. So that's going to be my local park, which is pretty insane for a couple of years. So that's exciting. I'm very excited for that. And also, I haven't told anyone this yet, but I might have just booked a little trip for next weekend over to Florida.
Joke. I am. Yeah,
It was very spontaneous.
Every man and his fucking dog is going right in the next like 8 weeks, whatever it is, and I'm there going, yeah, Energylandia, yeah.
Just go.
It'll be quiet.
Book it.
Everyone's in Florida.
Everyone's at Epic.
That's where everyone's going to be.
Do you know? It's one of these things. Like 3 days ago, I wasn't going, and I literally woke up on Friday and saw that they'd extended the preview dates, and I was like, do you know what? We've got the time to go. My husband's about to have some time off. We can afford to do it, and we're never going to be able to experience that park at those crowd levels again, probably. So we were just like, let's just go. Let's just do it. It's just a flight. And my mum was like, it's a long way to go. And I'm like, it's just a flight. At the end of the day, everywhere's just a flight, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, do it while you can. You know, life's too short, man. I've always said, I can't stand people who say, like, oh, yeah, no, I'll wait for my kids to grow up. And this. I'm one of these where I'm like, we're going, regardless, because I don't know how long I'm here for.
No.
I want them memories as much as possible. So I'm always like, let's just do it. Let's just go. I get it why as well, why people want, you know, they want their children to remember it.
Yeah.
I get that. However, I think people should live in the moment, what they're living now, and remember it.
And you want your kids to have experiences every day. Like we do stuff with our kids, like when they're little, we take them to a playground or we take them to a farm. They're not going to remember that either, but we do it for them to have the experience at the time. And so, yeah, I mean, it's on a bit of a wing and a prayer because I don't have an annual pass. I've literally just booked into one of the Universal hotels, and you go down to the lobby every morning and you're like, can I have some tickets to Epic, please? But so far, no one's been turned away if you're staying at a Universal hotel. So I'm quietly confident. I do still have to get my Esther through.
So you're there going.
I'm just like refresh.
Oh God, nerve-wracking,
it's so stressful. It's like, why did no one tell me that going to America is so stressful?
I mean, we did it like 6 months before.
Yeah.
So you doing it
a week.
Yeah, it's really dangerous.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. But we are where we are, and we'll see how it pans out. Hopefully,
I'm hoping you do. I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. Jealous, 100%. I want to get in your suitcase and just say hello. I'm small enough. But yeah, I think it's. I mean, what's the area that you are most excited for?
I think the areas I'm excited for all of them. The ride I'm excited for is Stardust Racers.
Cool.
Really, like I always say, I'm a theme park nerd, but actually, I'm a roller coaster enthusiast.
Yeah.
Like I just love them. So yeah, super excited about that. And just the whole thing, just the fact that it's like a brand new park. How often do we see a brand new
Literally. And I felt like it, we heard about it. We saw a few cranes and stuff cracking off and diggers, and then we didn't hear anything. And then the next minute, it's open. It's like, Jesus, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they didn't mess around, did they? In the end, and hopefully we'll see the same.
What about Monsters? Are you excited for that?
That looks really good. It was one of the areas that I'd sort of heard the least about, and then the whole like dark universe area just looks cool, especially at night. Like, I love the look of that.
Did you see
burning
that?
windmill?
Yeah, what was that about? When I saw it, I was like,
it's so cool.
How do they do that?
I don't know. I think it's on like every 20 minutes or something. It'll just go poof, and just set itself on fire. But it's a tavern as well, so I'm well up for a couple of drinks there, and going and seeing that. It's just these things that Universal do well, aren't they? Just like,
and we're getting one.
Yeah, which still, I don't know about you, I'm still like, where is this is happening now. This is actually happening.
I mean, the minute where were you when you found out? When you was it you woke up in the morning and you looked on your phone?
You were probably in these same like little chats. Like everyone, I think, was in each other's inboxes. All the Coast Nerds. So on Instagram and stuff. Have you heard anything about tomorrow? And I think I've heard tomorrow. And then someone messaged me and said they'd had a journalist say, "Oh, can we do an interview with you for tomorrow?"
Oh, wow.
Which is like, okay, that means they've had a heads up on something. And then I think it was Attraction Source posted the next day's front pages, which were on Newsnight or something. And they're tucked away in the corner was the little Universal Gets the Green. And I think it was it about 11:30 or something at night when that came up. We were like, oh my God, it's actually happening. So then...
I did notice that because I saw loads and loads of posts about 3:00 in the morning. I was like, what is going on? Like, what? I was asleep then. I ain't got time to be up all night and all that jazz. I was very surprised that they put out the concept art though.
Yeah, Keir Starmer with his little like...
I know, can you imagine? Oh, look at it. Ta-da! I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Although I would have loved to be a fly on the wall at the Merlin headquarters when that got announced.
They must have known it was coming though. Like they must have known. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like, I know it's coming, but I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I can imagine it's interesting. It's going to interesting what it's going to do for the UK industry as a whole.
Do you think it's going to damage it, or do you think it's going to help it?
No, I don't think it's going to damage it. I know people have said to me, I think like Drayton will struggle and stuff like that, and I don't think they will, because you've got to remember, like a Universal ticket at Florida at the moment is like 150 quid a day or something like that for one person. And if you're over 4, you're all paying that amount. So for a family, it's like 500 quid day out.
True.
I don't think it's going to be any less in the UK, really. Maybe a little bit, but that's the kind of price you're paying. And if Drayton's doing 30 quid a day entry, it's just a totally different experience, a totally different offering. And there's enough people who want different things for them all to go around.
Yeah. I mean, they are actually doing the whole new Eurostar heading towards into Bedford itself. That's a whole different ball game itself.
You are the train guy.
Tell
me more about trains.
No, I don't. I left there for a reason, Bexs. I left there for a reason. I can't be asked. The thing that I'm most worried about is getting bored.
Really?
At Universal. Now, go with me. How many times have we been bored at going to Alton Towers? Now, I know that you're not a Merlin pass holder, but when you were, and you went quite a lot, I don't know if you were or not.
Yeah.
But after a while now, I kind of, not bored of Alton Towers, but just like, it needs refreshing. It just needs something Alton Towers does.
Yeah, well, we've not had like a brand new investment at Alton Towers for a while, as in something that was not a rehash.
Yeah, I don't want no 2.0 or something now. Like, Enterprise is back, but it spins the other way. So it's a new ride. No.
I mean, we do need some more flat rides, but yeah, let's not do that.
We need dark rides, and we need them now. I've been saying for ages, Alton Towers, I love you, but my God, you are struggling for 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds who are not tall enough as 1.4, but too young. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No. Shut up, Danny. You know what I mean? There's nothing in between. There's nothing in between. All you got is like, what, Spinball, 13.
Rapids.
And Wickerman. Wow.
But I think even younger than that as well. You've got a massive gap between CBeebies age and then like your 5 and 6-year-olds who are like too big for CBeebies, but they're not necessarily 1.2 yet.
No.
And there's nothing for them. And dart rides are, they're a great way of like.
But I've always said that the dart rides itself, they are a lot of IPs. I know what you, like obviously Transformers and Spider-Man and all that jazz. The ones that can sometimes slip away, like you said, is it?
Symbolica.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've never been to Efteling.
What?
I've never been. Everyone who I know has been, apart from me.
Stop the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Go and get your passport right now.
I've never been. It's just the part. It's just the part that I've never really.
Oh yeah, but you can't. Right. This is the problem that we have with dart rides generally, and I think for theme parks and why they don't install dart rides so often is it's so hard to explain to someone why a dart ride is good. You have to go and ride it to experience it. Even a POV doesn't like show it to you. And I think Efteling is one of those parks. It's like, it's really cool, it's really lovely, and you're like, meh. But when you go there, you're like, okay, I get it. I get it. It's just a nice place to be, and everything just works, and everything feels lovely. And there's such a, we're talking about aged attractions for, 7, 8, 9-year-olds. There's so much for every age. There's something for everyone. And what I love that they do there is they really mix up their attractions. So in one area you'll have like your big 1.4, but then next to it you'll have a carousel or something like that. And so you and a play area. Play areas next to rides is such a good idea. So you're not having to like trek to one area of the park to go on big things. It's all kind of mixed around.
Like, what is then the top 3 rides there then? Symbolica.
It
Baron.
Baron, yeah, and then.
So the Baron itself looks fucking boring.
Well, it's Oblivion with a bit extra, but it's just the whole like queue line station is just beautifully done.
I'm not gonna stand here and slam off because I've never been, because I'll never do that. But like, it is one of the parks that is down here, and I should go. I should give it a chance. I'm a theme park enthusiast after all, and I have been to a lot of European parks. I don't understand why I've never been. It's just something about it. It's just something about it.
You want to like go and get the overnight ferry from Hull or something, and just drop yourself right there. And
should I just do that?
Yeah, do it. Here, report back. Let me know.
I will do. We need to talk about quickly the whole thing of Universal in Great Britain.
Yeah,
it's going to be a whole new operation.
Yeah.
Because of where it is and our weather, our climate. Now, people, when they go to Florida or wherever it is, somewhere hot, you automatically feel that summer vibe. I'm on holiday, Orlando, blue sky, sometimes. But like the heat, we only get like 2 weeks of summer.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
I know, but yet we still built battle galleons.
Man, you just knocked that in the pot, yes.
I hate battle galleons. I've seen people say, oh, it's not going to feel the same as Florida, which it's not, because obviously Florida is this really like lovely, mild, like I'm sweating temperature. But like we said, dart rides, like they're counteracting that with that, I think. You've got a lot of show buildings in there. It's just going to be a different experience, but I don't think it's going to be a lesser experience. But yeah, the weather's not going to change just because we build Universal. It's still going to be good old UK, good old rain, wind, drizzle.
This is it. All the brochures, when you go to like see it at Florida, it's all blue sky. Look at me at Volcano Bay. This is great. And it's going to be like grey skies. Fucking hell, yeah. It's I can see it.
But when you don't fall into the enthusiast trap of like, I'm going to find something bad. There's got this amazing like Universal Park.
I don't know if it was me, right? When I saw the concept art, I was like, I'm hoping it's bigger. and listen, right, I get it. It's phase 1. There's lots more to expansion and all that jazz. But when I saw it, I wasn't blown away as some, because I had to stand there and go, Am I missing something? Am I not seeing something here? All I see is 2 coasters. Looks like a Minions copycat. And that's it. What else is there? There was something. Oh, Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Which looks awesome.
Yeah. But I think, again, it's on that concept art. It's a lot of show buildings, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they don't really look like much, and they won't look like much. But I think when you're there, you'll be like, actually, that's really cool. And yeah, like you say, it's phase 1. And I think, the whole site that they've bought is massive.
I would like to know if you could fit Alton Towers. I would like to see the size between them.
I feel like Alton Towers' whole park is probably still going to be bigger. I don't know. It's massive, isn't it, Alton Towers?
I think, don't Alton Towers, though, hire out the fields at the back, though, for fireworks? Oh, by the way, can we just state, right, what is going on? Why is it only 2 days, not 3 days now? It used to be a week.
Yeah.
Then it went down to 4. Then it went down to 3. Now it's only 2 days.
Can you imagine how busy that park's going to be on those 2 days?
Mate, fuming. I'm not gonna lie, I am fuming. When I saw that...
It's going to be a bad day at Alton Towers when you're parked on the grass.
Mate, I'm thinking about not even going this year.
Really?
I'm thinking, because 2 days is ridiculous.
I get it. Like,
I don't.
Fireworks are expensive.
I don't get it at all. That place makes millions.
Yeah, it's weird because it is like, despite everything that's happened with Merlin and Alton Towers over the last few years, and Alton Towers had a lot of like rubbish thrown its way, the one thing that everyone seems to agree on is like last year the fireworks were out of this world.
Yeah.
Like just really, really, really good. So it seems weird that you've got this event which everyone's in kind of agreement that you are absolutely nailing. We'll get rid of
I know.
Champion that. That's the good stuff that you're doing.
It's like with the entertainment as well. We love the entertainment. It was great. Oh, look at this pirate takeover. Blah, blah, blah. This is great. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, Merlin, like, come on. I mean, I know that they brought this new, third.
Yeah, they outsourced it,
Yeah.
haven't they? Which is weird.
I thought it's very weird.
Yeah.
I think they got a whiff of Merlin because it's just weird how it just happened at the same time. And then next minute, we get an entertainment team.
Yeah, it's weird for me because I don't understand. It can't be any cheaper to bring a contractor in. I get that they're not having to pay people year round, but I think, were they even on year round? I think a lot of them must have been seasonal anyway.
I don't know.
But like, you've got to pay a contractor. The person doing the contract is taking a nice slice of money off the top of whatever you're paying them.
I think it's easier if it goes a bit tits up to get rid of them, unless they're only using them for Scarefest.
Well, this is it. Yeah, it could well be. I've not seen anything to say that there's going to be like the Forbidden Valley actors coming back or anything like that.
Because I know that Oktoberfest is not happening this year either. Another one? Like, what are you doing? It's so bizarre.
I bet you loved getting your umpire band out as well, didn't you? Your lederhosen.
That poor guy, what was his name? He was a legend there. He was one of the entertainers.
Was it the pirate? The one who played
No,
Shark
he was like...
Jack.
I'm doing it now on the fucking camera. You know which one? It was like an older fella. It was a really nice guy, and he was always in the stage where the courtyard area was.
Yeah.
Such a laugh. He was German.
I don't know. I had to say Fantasia.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, that's another one what's gone. I do think, though, Merlin, sort your shit out, because I do think that they're going to pack their shit and fuck off, in all honesty.
Do you?
Yeah.
What about Chessington?
I think Chessington is making money for them. I think Chessington is their flagship park, probably next to Legoland. But Legoland can do it well itself. It's fucking Legoland, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Legoland is like the cash cow for Merlin. If you look into the finances, it's actually quite eye-opening. You look at it and the whole Legoland brand worldwide, globally, does so much more for them monetary-wise than the resort theme parks. Like the resort theme parks in the UK are like...
I'm surprised that Legoland got Merlin to do the park. Couldn't Legoland just do it themselves and just rake in the profit?
Well, I think I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I've got a feeling like Merlin own Lego.
Bit of it.
Do they
Lego
own Merlin? Or it's something like that.
Oh, do they?
There's some sort of. I can't remember. I'm not very good with finances, but if you do like a bit of a deep dive into it, it's quite interesting.
Maybe we should get like the manager director of. I would love to get the guy from Merlin.
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
Oh my god.
Come and take a seat.
I
have some questions.
Right, here we go. Rolls off. Yeah, I mean, oh my god, can you imagine?
Who I'd love to talk to?
Oh.
Nick Varney.
Interesting.
Ex Merlin, yeah, because he saw Alton Towers through that really interesting time, and like obviously he was there for Two Swords.
Yeah.
Then into Merlin, the Smiler incident. Like he saw so much, and then obviously up into Merlin, and
I know that's a really good shout.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's over in Birmingham these days. Nick, if you're watching,
Nick, either come on podcast or off the tracks. Open arms and all, or not? Why not both? I wouldn't mind getting Amanda Thompson on.
Oh yeah.
Although she did a really nice thing. She emailed out or tweeted out, I can't remember, welcoming Universal. Thank you. Welcoming Universal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Although there was an article, I'm going to have to say this, there was an article that states that Universal, the big dogs that they are, have said, I'm surprised that the UK park, I forgot what I said. What was it? Is it the UK? There isn't a top
10. It wasn't it.
What was it?
For the size of the UK, we should have at least three of the top 10
that's it.
worldwide parks. And at the moment, we don't have any. That's according to Universal, not us. That's not us.
Yeah, that's a quote from Universal. So they've come in and gone, pathetic. This is how we do it. Have some of that. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm really, really excited for the theming. This is the one thing about Universal. I do feel like immersed, like even with the queue lines, in fucking incredible.
Have you seen some of those queue lines at Epic? Like the Ministry of Magic one.
Yeah.
Insane. Like we're just in our little cattle pens.
That's what I'm saying. It irritates me, man. I'm like,
chewing them all along the fences, writing.
Yeah, graffiti and everything. Yeah, graffiti on it.
Snapchat, snap me. Like no one uses Snapchat anymore.
No, it's all.
Or is it just us?
Or do you use Facebook?
Very rarely. I've still got an account, but
I use Facebook.
I am moving away from it.
Yeah.
I'm down with the kids now.
Down with the kids now with your TikTok in it.
On the TikTok.
Saying that, I was doom strolling and for like watching like theme park stuff for like 9 hours, and I was like, "This is ridiculous, Daddy. Get out of bed, have a bath, and get dressed." I was like, "Can't be arsed."
It's too easy, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah, 100%. Speaking of Chessington, your thoughts about it, because obviously a lot has actually happened in Chessington.
Yeah, I think Merlin hate me. The Chessington.
Why? Why do they hate you?
The Chessington stands are wild. Like nothing I've ever seen. Because I did a video and I said that basically I'm not going to Chessington this year. And if you're not a Merlin pass holder, I said I don't think you should go to Chessington this year. Or I don't think you should spend a lot of money to go because of the two areas of the park being closed.
Sure, yeah.
And obviously they've not dropped the ticket prices or anything. So you're just getting less rides, same money, probably bigger queues because more people, less attractions to soak them up. And obviously there's big changes coming and that's all very exciting and well and good, but that's not happening this year. So if you've got 200, 300 quid to spend on a theme park day out, I'd probably spend it somewhere else. Maybe go to Paulton's, maybe go to Drayton if you've got kids of that age. Well.
Were they on you? Were they on you like? Well. But you have a point though.
And the thing is, it's only ever me saying that. This is just my opinion. This is what I'm a theme park fan, and I would say this year I think you're better off spending your money somewhere else. You don't have to listen to me. Go to Chessington.
Well, it's the same.
Go and enjoy it, but be aware that there's two areas of the park closed. There are rides missing. And you may get a lesser experience than you've previously had. And you're probably getting a lesser experience than that park actually genuinely wants you to have.
I kind of get that. I don't. You're spot on about that. I don't understand why you got flack for it. But like, it's the same with Disney.
Because they're like, oh, yeah, but you've got to go do this to move forward, which I get. That's fine, but that doesn't mean that normal general public have to spend their money whilst we're in this transition phase, because at the end of the day, if you spend 300 quid and you have a terrible day at Chessington, you're not going back in 2 years' time because you're like, nah, last time we went there it was terrible. We're never going back. So I'd rather say to them, look, maybe give it a miss this year, come back in 2 years' time, you'll have a great time.
We went to Disneyland Paris fucking loads of times. I think we went every year for like 8 years. And then obviously the kids grew up and I'm like, I ain't going there. It's fucking, it's a Manchester, it's Mickey Mouse.
No, it's
not. It's Mickey Mouse and it's real. Leave me. Yeah, it is expensive now. Jesus, it's really expensive. However, though, I think it was like the past 3 years, that's gone through a whole new construction of it all. And someone said to me, they were like, I wish I knew that before I booked, because it was just construction walls everywhere.
Yeah. And this is the problem. I think if someone's going and they're aware, that's fine. I think the problem is when someone spends a lot of money, has just seen brochures or just has an image in their head of what this park's all about. They get there and they're like, oh, hang on. And now I feel ripped off. And that's kind of my thing, is I don't want anyone to feel ripped off by a theme park, because like we're theme park fans, we want people to enjoy theme parks. We want people to go to theme parks. And they just need to know. And actually a park doing a social media post to say, oh, we've got exciting stuff coming in 2027, 2026, whatever. That's not going to reach everyone who's thinking about buying a Chessington ticket. You go and buy a Chessington ticket online, it doesn't say, oh, FYI, we've got a couple of areas of the park closed at the moment because we're building something massive, just so you know. It doesn't tell you that. So, yeah, I'll just always say it like it is. I mean, they came for me, they're like, oh, the Scorpion Express has been shut for ages. I'm like, I know.
Who gives a shit about?
I know.
Sorry, that's just my best.
But Wild Asia wasn't shut when Scorpion Express was shut before. Now they're both shut. So this is the problem.
I thought they sorted that out anyway.
What,
Scorpion Express.
No, it's like they're selling it off in bits on the auction.
Do you reckon it was like, what's it called? Nah, shut up, Danny, because I get in trouble. I'll get in trouble for that. Yeah, so obviously I need to chat to you, right, about Galactica.
Okay.
Does that thing need to go?
Right.
It needs to go. I'm sorry, Towers.
Is of all the rides out on Towers, is that the one you'd get rid of?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
More than Rita?
I'll get rid of the whole of Dark Forest. I'll just get rid of Dark Forest full
Just
stop.
smash up the whole place. Right. My issue with Galactica is I enjoy the ride of Galactica. I don't know what's going on at the moment in terms
Operations.
of... Yeah.
It's fucking shit.
I just like one station all the time. I like one train like a couple of weekends ago and just...
No.
Yeah.
I need to stop that, man.
Yeah. And then they've obviously done this like single rider queue, which is cool. Everywhere should have a single rider queue. But the last time I went to Alton Towers, I was like, I'll go on Galactica single rider queue because it's 50 minutes in the main queue. And the ride host was like, no, like we don't have a single rider queue. And it's like, yes, no, your website says you do. So
I'm fucking in it.
And then it's like the single rider queue wasn't working because they were only on one station. And it's just, it's just annoying me. But they've got to find a way to tie it into the new and improved Forbidden Valley, which John Wardley told me himself with his own mouth that there was plans for that, and
I think so. I think they're gonna block off where it starts, Galactica, and have its own area, because I know that there was planning permissions through the car park. I should not fucking be saying this through it all, but yeah, there's big changes because I know that car park at the bottom near Galactica, it's never really that full.
I've never parked in that car park.
I have, and it's a fucking nightmare to get out of. You're there stuck like, why am I not moving? That's another thing as well. Can we just state, right, fireworks parking. Have you ever been to fireworks and trying to get out of a car park?
Oh, yeah. But that's,
set up camp.
Yeah.
Set up camp and go the next day. Because you ain't going.
Book a hotel. Yeah, book the hotel.
I hate it.
And it's okay, though, because they'll just hand over your £10 as you've left. It's just like the little salt in the wound.
It's so expensive. It's so expensive for parking, mate.
Yes.
Can we just state the fact of, when is fucking Thorpe Park gonna sort out its gravel and just have tarmac? Like, come on, we're in 2025, man.
This is the big conversation.
Who has gravel, right, in a car park nowadays? It's sorry, but it's annoying.
Can you imagine the chaos though of them re-tarmacking it all?
Do it through winter.
Oh, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Just do it through winter. I just do it.
But whilst they're fixing Stealth at the same time in Hyperia.
Can you imagine the parking when the new Universal opens and they're charging like 30 quid?
Yeah.
And there's us complaining about a tenner, which to be fair, I get free anyway because I get platinum, but a tenner,
that is
30
the
quid.
thing. Yeah, Alton Towers doesn't seem cheap then. So
do you reckon they will do that though with the pricing? Do you reckon they're going to go, whoa, guys, we're in the UK now, we can't just pop it up?
I think they'll just set the standard and they'll be like, look, this is it.
Do you reckon?
Come or not. And I think people will come. I genuinely think they'll come. Yeah. Yeah, I do. And it's weird because obviously I think when you go to Florida for a holiday, and you're like, you're spending so much money that it all just becomes like fake money, doesn't it? You're like, it's $1,000 on park tickets. Yeah, bye. If you're in this country and someone's like, it's going to be $1,000, you'd be like, what?
Fucking what? That's it. I'm making a video. TikTok it. Yeah.
But there you're just like, you want how much to park? And have some of that. Yeah, whatever.
You try. It's right.
It just becomes because I'm on holiday, isn't it? It's like, I'm on holiday.
And that's it. I think that's what it is. I think I'm more intrigued, not about the park opening, but how it operates in our climate. I'm so intrigued about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I am.
The wind and the rain and the drizzle.
Yeah. I mean, are people going to be going to Universal when it's cold and miserable?
I mean, I will. Universal at Christmas. How nice is it going to be just to be able to go to a proper theme park at Christmas in this country? That'll be lush.
I know. Yeah, that's another thing. So, do you reckon the other parks are going to kind of get whiff of it and go, "Hey guys, we need to do this as a 360"?
It's interesting, isn't it? Like, why have Alton had all this proper lighting installed for essentially a few weeks of Scarefest and a couple of weekends of Alton After Dark?
After Dark.
And your event.
Of course. Towers After Hours and all that. Yeah, do you know what? I'm so surprised that in the UK we don't actually have like till close at 9 o'clock. I don't get why we don't do it.
I know it's
and we close through a season. So not only are we closing early, and then we're getting like 5 or 6 months off.
Yeah, it's mad. And actually, Alton Towers obviously opens when it's dark, and it does its after dark and Scarefest. But how nice would it be to be in Alton Towers at like 8 p.m. on a sunny summer's evening?
That's what I'm saying. Oh,
I guess they have their reasons, but it would be nice, and it'll be interesting to see if they do respond to Universal in that way. And I guess we've got to go and wait and see. But
I would love to know.
It would be crazy if Merlin allowed Universal to be the only operator that was going to operate 365 and do late nights, because they'll just take that market, won't they? So even if it's... Chessington doesn't really make that sense necessarily to stay open late because it's younger, but Thorpe maybe, I don't know.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a shift. Do you remember back in the days when we had American Adventure? When that when that got closed down, I blamed Alton Towers.
Did you?
Because of Alton Towers was developing better and this and that, and then obviously Alton Towers, American Adventure couldn't keep up and it closed.
Really hard to compete,
I think that Universal, could that do the same? I
think Alton Towers and American Adventure were at the time not a dissimilar proposal. They were kind of going down the same way, but American Adventure was the very poor cousin of it. And they just didn't have the money to. If they could have, Kev on my podcast said that there was plans for a B&M and American Adventure. I think if they got that built, then we might have been in a different place now. But I just think Universal's going to be so different to anything we've got already that if you still want a day at Alton Towers, you're still going to go and enjoy that day at Alton Towers, or if you just want a park day for younger kids, you're going to go to Drayton or you're going to go to Paultons, and if you want a day out at an amusement park, you're going to go to Blackpool. Still, they've still got enough different things. The one that I worried about was Chessington, but they're obviously pulling out all the stops to try and combat that. So
I think that would be the one. That would be the floating ship. In all honesty,
yeah.
I've got to quickly ask you though, before we go. What are your thoughts on Blackpool's new attraction opening in 2020?
Gyroswing. I love a gyroswing.
It's going to be the biggest.
I know, it looks so cool. And down across the seafront as well. I love that for them. Blackpool is the first park I ever went to. It's got a really special place in my heart. And I love the Grand National, and I won't have anything bad said about it. If you're just too weak for it, it's fine. Infusion can get in the bin. Yeah. But I'm glad that they're doing that. That sort of bowlerdrome areas look.
I think it would do well.
I think it look impressive.
It needs it.
And you'll see it right down the front. You don't need to be in the park to see it. Yeah. So it'll get a lot of attention. It's like the big one, isn't it? Along the seafront. Amanda gets a lot of stick, I think. Probably unfairly from enthusiasts. She's someone else. She's got a crazy job on her hands at this moment to try and balance the books, to try and get that park where it needs to be. She's working with a load of old attractions, and she's doing what she can with, it's a family park at the end of the day. Yeah. We've got massive conglomerate of backers behind it. So I think it's interesting, and I'm glad they're doing it. We just need something in that Grand Prix slot as well.
I think it's going to be amazing. I genuinely do. I think it's spot on.
Do you like a gyro swing?
Yeah. I love the one at Portons Park. Oh, what's it called? You know which one I'm about.
I know which one. I can't think what it's called.
I can't think what it's called.
Maelstrom for me is best.
Do you know it took me nearly 20 years to pronounce that? Maelstrom. Yeah. So I kept saying Maelstrom. I said everything but the actual name for it. Yeah, it was shocking.
I literally feel like I could sit on that all day.
I won't go that far. Jeez.
Why not do that all day? Was it like Dan did Hero all day? Do Maelstrom all day?
Oh my God. I think I will literally would throw up. Quickly as well, Toxicator.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
Why is it so squeaky? And anyone who's saying, all top spins squeak. No, I've got literal video evidence at Talakan from 2 weeks ago at Phantasialand, and it's not squeaking. So no.
I don't know why it's squeaking.
Maybe it's just because it's new.
It squeaked for Ripsaw, but then I felt like it kind of fitted the theme because it was all rusty. So it was like, you thought nothing of it before it was part of the actual, the ride.
I think Toxicator looked great. I'm not sure about the dripping water over the queue line.
Mate, you get more wet in the queue line than the actual ride. That's hilarious.
They need to sort that out. They need to sort the bag situation. That's not ideal either. But it looks great. It looks better than I thought it was going to look.
Yeah, same.
I wish they would run it on a Talakan intense cycle So you just get a few more of those spins. It is intense.
It is intense.
Like Talocan, I feel like I almost grayed out on it, which is crazy. But yeah, it's fine. What annoys me about Toxicator is that's like the only flat ride that we got. I would have loved to see like 3. I know it's probably unachievable.
And there you go, another 1.4 ride.
Yeah.
So if you're 1.2, well, you're damn out of luck.
We definitely
we need 1.2 rides in X sector.
Yes.
And
yeah. Get
Forbidden
rid of
Valley.
those Airstream thing. Have you seen how much
What?
fish and chips are the street food?
Oh
thing?
yeah, I've seen it on photos.
Mental.
But
Yeah, no, it's crazy. We need to get rid of them, and we need a flat. I'm sure there are plans. I'm sure that no one at Merlin's going, oh, no, it's fine as it is.
it's the area though. There's not much of a space there, was there?
Well, we used to have Submission and
I suppose we did have
Enterprise
2
there.
flat rides there.
Yeah.
I suppose you are right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't.
I
know.
think Toxicator would have been perfect there.
It would have been, yeah. That was always the thing. It's like it did seem like it was going to fit a bit more of a
Because it had a smaller footprint as well, so it could have easily fitted an X sector.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised I would have thought that.
X sector is starting to look, I think, a little bit.
Shit.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Board of Oblivion.
Yeah, it just needs. So, and you're old enough to remember.
Are we doing it? The black hole in the corkscrew
No.
and the flume. What else old school was there? Oh, the Beast, Thunderloop,
Energizer.
Energy. Oh my God. Oak Swings.
Yeah. The Dizzy Dinos. What were they called? Something.
Oh,
Dino. Oh, Disco. Oh, I can't remember.
Didn't they have the Bone Shaker as well?
Bone Shake. Well, that was Energizer, wasn't it? Became Bone Shaker.
Oh God, yeah, it did, didn't it?
Retheme.
What? No, it's a new ride.
But when Oblivion opened, that was so exciting. Like it was such an exciting place to be, and you had all the music booming out, and it felt really cool and really like millennium.
Yeah.
But we've got to remember that was like 27 years ago now.
God.
So yeah, I don't know what they can do. It
I
feels like it's a bit unloved, and I don't think it would take. I think a couple of good flats could just bring that all back together.
Completely agree. Well, Bex, it's been an absolute pleasure. It really has. Thank you so much.
You brought me Mr. Kipling.
I did.
It wasn't even like the Aldi ripoff. It was actual genuine.
Of course. That's what we do here. Of course we do. Just let us know, Bex, where people can find you or listen to you.
Well, just search Podcast wherever you fancy, really, and my face will pop up. Podcast.
Your official theme park.
That's quite good. What's your job as a voiceover? Yeah.
I thought I had it on my Stream Deck thing here,
That
but
would be good,
I
yeah.
haven't.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, TikTok. You'll see me having a little rant about Chessington.
Yeah, man.
Don't come for me, Chessington fans.
Listen, man, go give Bex a follow, man. Go give her a listen, man, because some of the stuff is incredible. She's got some amazing guests.
Only some.
No, you've had a few. You've got Francis Jackson.
Yeah, John.
John Wardley as well. Yeah, you've had that's what I'm saying.
Neil.
So,
Fire.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Notable Stranger.
Am I coming on?
Yeah, of course.
She should have. I want to come on.
I'm gonna get you on to talk about American Adventure.
Okay, cool. The missile and the biggest log flume. It was the world's biggest log flume back then.
The missile's now living its best life, isn't it, over in Pleasurewood Hills?
Yeah.
New trains and everything.
Oh God. Good times. Anyway, guys, don't forget we do have an OTT event. Make sure you do check it out. The links below. We still got a few more tickets left. So if you fancy, a bit of a Towers After Hours, it is open on the 21st of June, 2025. Like I said, links are all in the description. Guys, don't forget your phones on social medias on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit this bell icon every time we upload a new video. You will be notified. So I'm Dan. Are you going to do it, Bex? And as always, happy riding. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Get ready for the ultimate theme park adventure with the first ever OTT event.
Join us on June the 21st, 2025 for our first ever Towers After Hours event, an exclusive action-packed day that is unlike anything you've ever experienced.
It all begins at 11 AM here at the Alton Towers Hotel, where you'll grab your wristbands and head straight into the park.
When entering to the park, we'll be going through the Galactica entrance where the fun begins.
At 2:30, we're taking over the park for an epic group ride to be part of the action surrounded by all the OTT fans.
Then, after an action-packed day day at the park, we head back to the Alton Towers Hotel in the Empress Suite for OTT Live, with the live games, live show, and all the behind the scenes fun that you love about the main show, also with a little surprises along the way.
But the fun doesn't stop there. At 7 p.m, get ready for an entire hour exclusive ride time on Nemesis Reborn. Relive the thrills with a complimentary on-ride photo at Nemesis Reborn.
Capture the excitement from your perspective, and your footage could even be featured in our official event video. OTT Event, Towers After Hours on the 21st of June 2025.
And we can't wait to see you guys there, and as always,
Happy riding.
For more information and to purchase tickets, head to offthetracks.events.